Hi, this is Matt Welch for Reason TV. I'm out in front of Mile High Stadium, as Barack Obama calls it. I think it's called Invesco Field now. And as you can see in the background, but we're going to continue to show you as the camera leaves my aviator sunglasses, an extraordinary sight here. It's 2:40 in the afternoon. The line not only snakes around and through the other side of the stadium and past and under a bridge, but around to the Denny's where we spent $40 on parking. And this is only one of many lines waiting to see Barack Obama this afternoon for a speech that's not going to even begin for another 5.5 hours. Here at Reason, of course, we are here to put to rain on the parade just a little bit and talk about some of the issues that people aren't going to hear after they've waited in line in the sun and listened to John Bon Jovi at all. I was at the Democratic Convention in 2000 where there was incredible interest, not in the 80,000 level, but more the 1,000, 2,000 level, for what was then called the Shadow Convention, as Arianna Huffington was about halfway between her great traverse from right to left. She held an alternative convention to talk about things that were not going to be talked about at the regular convention, specifically issues like assaults on civil liberties under Bill Clinton era and the drug war, which has imprisoned just incredible amounts of people and impacted poor and minority communities in a devastating way. There were several protests of people talking about the federalization of cops, the militarization of police force, and other Fourth Amendment things. You're not going to hear that at all at this convention. Dave Weigel has been talking to some people here, some delegates, who share those concerns that were brought up 8 years ago, but are they talking about it this time?
If you pry a delegate, he will talk about this sort of thing. I chatted with delegates all week, but especially today, about the drug war and about civil liberties and about immigration again, and because they're kind of off the agenda. It's all energy and how McCain is a Bush clone, and they're passionate about it. I hear that people want decriminalization. I talked to elected officials or former elected officials who want decriminalization, for example, but they either don't want to worry about it because they want to win first, or they have a sort of I guess you'd call it an audacious hope that Barack Obama, because he's a nice guy who agrees with them, is going to make all this stuff happen. I mean, I didn't pay this much attention in 1992, but I'm sure this is kind of what it was like. We got a Democrat coming in. Forget about that other stuff. Pipe down. It's going to get better.
When you actually look at the Democratic platform, there are certain words you will not see. Marijuana is one. Drug war is a phrase that doesn't come up. Crack, cocaine, some other things that were of interest to people. You will see talk about immigration there, but it's a sort of confused talk, one that wants to go after employee sanctions. Mike Flynn was at an immigration event this morning. What do you see about the sort of civil libertarian aspects of the Democrats' approach to immigration this time around?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, there's a clear divide. I mean, the elected officials and party regulars I spoke to have very strict talking points, and it's comprehensive reform, secure the borders, sanction employers, and Obama and the Democrats are going to be awesome. The activists I talked to are very leery, and you can see the sense. They're very suspicious, but they are just hopeful that Obama will do the right thing. They see it as a civil liberties issue and a human rights issue the way we do, and they're willing to just kind of cast their lot and hope it'll work out. And then at the end of the day, they just said, well, we'll just march a lot more.
But they're also supporting things like Real ID Act and even E-Verify to some degree, where Americans who aren't immigrants are going to have to basically prove their own identity to a federal database, right?
That's right. In fact, the former mayor of Denver, Federico Pena, told me how we have to have a Real ID and we have to have secure identity papers so we can move forward on comprehensive reform. So, again, the 8 years of the Bush administration has just caused them to throw off all these things they used to like and agree with and just throw their lot in with Obama.
Some of the aspects of Fourth Amendment assaults and the drug war and these things were perpetrated especially by new Democrats, the sort of Clinton-era tough-on-crime wave of death penalty-loving Democrats. Tim Kavanaugh, you've been marinating in New Democrat-ania. Is the era of the New Democrats with us? Is it over? What does this whole event say about that?
Well, I think it shows that it exists. The third way liberalism exists now only as a vestige of hawkishness on immigration and on civil liberties and so forth. In terms of economics and on all the stuff that you just mentioned, marijuana and drug war and so forth, it's all gone. I think if you want a shadow convention, you got to wait till 2012 when Obama's running again and has shown his true colors.
Well, that's great. We're going to go try to look at some of those true colors inside of Mile High Stadium, and we'll see how long it takes to wait in the line. For Reason TV, I am Matt Welch. Thank you.